Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of TEW 2020 WWE here, as today we're back with our first solo episode of Friday Night Smackdown, which is still weird, but we move. Smackdown, looking at, before I start, check out the solo episodes of Raw and NXT if you haven't already. Solo episodes at least till Survivor Series, just because Breakout Tournament, especially NXT, is like 38-40 minutes at this point, so just easier. But yeah, SmackDown looking at the fallout from Halloween Havoc and starting its own build-up towards Survivor Series, and a lot going on. And so without further ado, let's just jump right into things with an episode of Friday Night Smackdown, which gets underway with our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns coming out with his whole Roman Empire, of course, the Wise Man, Paul Heyman, Solo Sikoa, the Von Erichs, Marshall and Ross, Jey Uso, and the new United States champion, Braun Breaker. And they all come down to the ring. And Roman says that, well, first of all, acknowledge me. And then he says, you should acknowledge me, not just because I'm your tribal chief, not just because I'm the head of the table, but because you can just look in this ring and see what acknowledging me does. Solo, Marshall, Ross, they acknowledged me, and here they are on SmackDown. Jey acknowledged me, and he's still by my side. And you want to see what happens when you don't acknowledge me, when you don't show respect, when you don't live up to what you could be. Look at his no-good brother, Jimmy. The hell, Braun here, he acknowledged me, and look what happened to him. Walked through these doors. God. 4 months ago. And here he stands, United States champion. Because when you sit at the table that I am the head of, oh, you eat so good. Me, my Roman Empire, this is forever. Braun, that US title, that's forever. My Universal Championship reign, that's forever. And you talk about Survivor Series. Well, I'm not just surviving, I'm thriving. I'm at the tippity top of all this. And Braun here, he ain't activating Option C. He's holding that title forever too. Roman says, ain't that right, Braun? He passes the mic to Paul, who gives it to Braun. Braun takes a moment. Then Braun lifts the mic to his mouth and he says that no one wanted to give him a shot. Young rookie, trying to just thinking about it, his father, his uncle. He's building his own legacy here. And that's aimed at goal, acknowledging Roman Reigns that brought him here in this ring, US champ. So no, Braun Breaker will not be activating Option C. The mic to Paul, gives it to Roman. And he says Braun is a strong and a smart man. And so that means that who is there left? US champion ain't gonna step up. He don't need to. Edge, well, maybe if you want to know if he wants to step up again, go find whatever hospital bed he's holed up in right now. None of it matters anymore. I am on top, and there is no one that can step to me. For 100, Roman raising the Universal title in the air. His music starts playing. Roman Reigns on top.
Oh, bask in his glory,
for he is limitless.
When out comes the returning Keith Lee. Keith Lee making his way to the ring. Roman looking very annoyed, but Keith Lee coming down the crowd, cheering, chanting his name. And Keith Lee says, greetings and salutations to you, Roman Reigns. You see, I will not acknowledge you as my tribal chief, but I will acknowledge that you are the man with that Universal Championship, that you stole from me all those months ago at SummerSlam. But you see, I did not forget, Roman. Oh, no, no, no. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally my time has arrived. Finally, the moment is right for Keith Lee to take it back. Keith and Roman face to face, staring each other down. Roman's still not looking happy when Keith's attacked from behind by Solo and the Von Erichs. Attacking Keith Lee, you know, beating him down. He's trying to fight him off, but heavy numbers advantage. When thankfully rushes out Breezango. Tyler Breeze, the former US champion, and Fandango, his partner, of course, rush down to the ring and, yeah, help Keith Lee. You know, they each take a Von Erich, get them off, stop working together on Solo. Keith Lee's to his feet, helping the fight as well. Roman, Braun, you know, I put Bronson Reed, Jesus Christ. Too many similar names. Too many. God, that's a me problem. But yeah, Roman, Braun, Paul, Jay weaseling out there. Yeah. You know, Keith Lee, Tyler and Fandango throw Ross into him, hits him with a spirit bomb out the ring. And yeah, Roman on the ramp, not looking as happy at all. Paul Heyman trying to get him to leave. You know, stay away, my tribal chief. Now is not the time for this. Whilst Keith Lee and Breezango stand tall in the ring for a 100 as well. Good. Strong start to the show. Just get things going. Get things moving, grooving, lovely. Before we go back to the general manager's office, or at least the interim general manager's office, that's Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce, interim general manager, as the time being till a suitable candidate can be found. And Pearce announces that on Monday Night Raw, if you have not seen it, then allow him to inform you that Rhea Ripley announced her intentions to activate Option C on her $1 million championship, vacating it for a shot at the Women's World Champion, the Kingpin, Io Sky. Adam Pearce wishing Rhea Ripley the best of luck in her quest to become the Women's World Champion. But that does mean here on SmackDown we need to crown a $1 million champion. And you see, Rhea is showcasing that the $1 million title may be a SmackDown title, but the possibilities are endless. Raw, NXT, SmackDown, whatever you want. And so for that reason alone, he announces there will be an 8-woman tournament to culminating at Survivor Series to crown a new $1 million champion, featuring SmackDown's own Bianca Belair, Deonna Purrazzo, Liv Morgan, and Sonya Deville, but also reaching out to other brands, much like William Regal himself did. Adam Pearce announces that 2 women from Raw and 2 women from NXT will also be entering the tournament. First of all, tonight, we have 2 matches. We have Liv Morgan of SmackDown taking on NXT's Toni Storm. And then we have Raw's Naomi taking on Bianca Belair. For a 35, not looking for the best segments, ratings-wise from Adam Pearce, but it's good enough. $1 million title tournament announced with superstars from Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. Lovely. When out comes Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy coming out to the ring with Control, Braun, EC3, Steve Cutler, and Wesley Blake. And Joe Gacy, just Joe Gacying, talking about the quest for peace. He says in his quest for peace, he has seen such unimaginable horrors and violence in his path. And he says that you need not look far for the horrors of war. You see, anger and war are close to home. They live on SmackDown in the darkness, in the shadows. You can find them in the form of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Bray Wyatt and Karrion Kross. Now, Joe says that both men he can tell are good at heart. And if they will come to him, he can teach them the way of peace to vanquish those evil demons in their soul. But for now, in his quest and Control's quest for peace, Joe Gacy says that the quickest way to peace right now on SmackDown is taking those SmackDown tag titles. For 52, Joe Gacy making it clear Control are going for those SmackDown tag titles. And Chang, you know, their credentials next up, little tag team match. It is Control's Braun Strowman and EC3 taking on just two, you know, put together talents. We have Arturo Roas and we have Odyssey Jones, OJ. I like Odyssey Jones. Odyssey Jones is very good. I need to figure out something to do with him. But yeah, he will go in this match for now just because I need someone, and I think, you know, you can have some cool spots between Braun Strowman and Odyssey Jones, can't you? Of course, it will end with Braun Strowman finally lifting Odyssey Jones up, and then he hits him with a running power slam. 1, 2, 3. Control do get the win, of course. 66 for the match, 86 Braun, 51 EC3, 42 Odyssey, 27 Arturo. I really don't do anything with Braun, but he gets 86s. And fair play. I mean, I'm still not going to do anything with Braun Strowman, but fair play. Yeah, Control get the win. Joe Gacy very, very happy. As then we have little promo segments. You know, get all the superstars in the $1 million title will get their chance to, you know, speak their piece. And Liv Morgan and Toni Storm get to do so. Liv Morgan, you know, has been on a quest since Ruby Wright turned on her earlier. She's been on a quest to find herself, and she feels like she has. She's shown what she can do. She feels like she's given her all, and she'd love some championship gold to show for it. $1 million title. And Toni Storm, talking about NXT, says last year SmackDown drafted her away, and they didn't care. No one talked about how SmackDown was going to miss Toni Storm, how SmackDown would be worse off without Toni Storm. I went to NXT, she wanted to prove herself, and now she's back here, wanting to prove herself again, wanting to prove what SmackDown missed out on when they lost her last year and become $1 million champ in the progress. 75, nice. And then the match will hopefully be good as well. Liv Morgan, Toni Storm for a spot in the semi-final, $1 million title tournament. In the end, it is Liv Morgan who gets the win. Liv kicked to Toni Storm. 1, 2, 3. Liv Morgan does get the win for 72. Good match. 71 Liv, 57 Toni. Happy with that. Liv Morgan does and is the first superstar advancing into the semi-finals of the $1 million title tournament. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, jubbly. Then we go backstage. And we go backstage to Kayla Braxton. God, I love going backstage to Kayla Braxton. And she is with the pairing formerly known as 2/3 of the New Day, Big E and Kofi Kingston. Maybe I should come up with a better name for them. Probably not. Big E and Kofi. And she asked them, you know, last week, big win. Beat Aleister Black and Ciampa. And Big E and Kofi are very happy about that. You know, they did beat Black and Ciampa. Black and Ciampa were terrorizing SmackDown. They stepped up. And in doing so, in coming together again and working together again, they realised that how good it felt to be working together again. And they said it did feel really good. And that feeling of working together again, now they think of what that led to. And that led to a lot of things. Joy, happiness, whatever you want to say. But that led to championship gold. A lot of championship gold. And so they heard Control say they want it. Well, they want it too. They want those SmackDown Tag Team Championships. They want the Fiend. They want Karrion Kross or the Relic or whatever you want to call yourself. They want them. For a 92. Good. And they're going to show what they can do once again. Big E and Kofi in action next up against the Swords of Essex, actually. Will Ospreay and Scotty Essex. And in the end, it is Big E and Kofi getting the win for a 77, which is, yeah, all right. It's 93 Big E, 77 Kofi, 74 Ospreay, 56 Scotty. Scotty bringing it down a bit. Big E bringing it up a lot. 93. God. This time last year, Big E was Universal Champion. Memories. God, a year goes by fast, doesn't it? Yeah, midnight hour. Big E and Kofi get the win. When we go backstage, we go back to Adam Pearce's office. Interim General Manager Adam Pearce's office. And Adam Pearce is there, you know, knock at the door. In walks Jey Uso. Jey Uso, you know, ask him what he wants. You know, he was with the tribal chief. You don't want to interrupt the tribal chief's important business. You dig? You hear? Adam Pearce says it won't take long. But Adam Pearce says that been looking over the card, and you know, there was a request made for a match tonight. And he's going to grant it. The man who requested the match was Aleister Black. Aleister Black, very much not happy, Jay, with what you did attacking him last week. And he asked for this match. And so I said, okay. So later tonight at Jay, you will go one-on-one with Aleister Black. Jay, not very happy about that. Getting out of there quickly. But what's he going to do? 81 for that. Good segment. Once again, I have too many names that are too damn close, as I put Adam Cole instead of Adam Pearce, which really helped the rating of this segment, but Christ, I need to pay better attention when selecting who's in segments. That's on me. That's on me. Jey Uso, Aleister Black, later tonight. But we have another little, promo segment for the $1 Million title tournament. Bianca Belair versus Naomi. Bianca Belair says that she is a 2-time $1 Million champion. And she says she knows what she is. She's the fastest, the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the best. The EST. And she says that $1 Million title is her title. Okay? Held it more than anyone, held it longer than anyone. That's her title. And she is ready to get it back. And Naomi talking about the title as well. Naomi saying that she was $1 Million champion before Bianca. Okay? Bianca beat her for the title. So there's history here. And Naomi wants that title back. That title she won all the way back in April 2021. She wants it back. 100. Very, very good from these two women. Very good. Crowd. And yeah. Bianca Belair and Naomi for a spot in 2 weeks' time against Liv Morgan, I'm pretty sure. $1 Million title tournament. In the end, it is Bianca Belair who advances. KOD to Naomi. And Bianca Belair gets the win for a 77. Another good match. 70 for Bianca, 72 Naomi. Happy with that. Bianca Belair advances in the $1 Million title tournament. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. When we have a little recap video segment going over the events that ended Halloween Havoc. Becky defeating Charlotte Flair in the Ultimate Submission match. Becky offering a handshake, Charlotte walking away. And then, of course, the entrance of Donovan Dijak, the entrance of Damian Priest, the entrance of Judgment Day's Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa, and then finally, the entrance of Portela Muerte. Muerte sending Dijak, Priest, Black and Ciampa to surround the ring, each getting on an apron before she came down herself. And then Portela and Becky going face to face, staring down for 100. It's a nice little recap, and it says at the end that the Women's Universal Champion Bianca Belair will address Portela Muerte and address the end of Halloween Havoc later tonight. Good. Good. Before we go back to Kayla Braxton, as always, interviewing this time. Keith Lee and Breezango are there as well. Kayla asked Keith Lee about, how was your time away? You're back. And Keith Lee says that he had the most stupendous time away. But now he is itching to get back in that ring and do what he does best. And to get his hands back on that beautiful blue Universal Championship. But that is so much time away it feels. He needs to get back in the swing of things he knows, and so the match has been set for tonight. The limitless one, Keith Lee, and his incredibly well-dressed partners in crime and wrestling here. Breezango will be taking on the threesome of Solo Sikoa and the Von Erichs. And Keith Lee says that he has no particular beef with those three men, but he knows his partners here do. And so Keith Lee says he is looking forward to this tussle. And then he will be looking forward to taking his Universal Championship back from Roman Reigns. For an 86. Good. Good. Keith Lee, everybody. God, I've missed him. He's only been gone, 3 months? I missed him. 86 for that, sorry, good. When we have a match next up announced earlier, Aleister Black versus Jey Uso. And the story of the match is kind of Aleister Black's on top and Aleister Black is angry, but Jey Uso is desperate. Okay, Roman told Jey no more failures or he'd be out. And so this is a desperate Jey Uso, okay? And even more than heel Jey Uso, he's doing maybe some more underhanded things. He's getting more angry when the ref doesn't count a free, when the ref calls a rope break. In the end, the two men battling it out. And God, it makes its way to the outside. And the referee counting. And they're fighting up the ramp. Aleister Black tosses him into the electronic screen. Ref gets the 6. Aleister Black starts to make his way down to the ring. 7. Jey Uso notices. Panicked. 8. Aleister Black about halfway down the ramp when Jey Uso starts sprinting for it, okay? You ain't seen a man run this fast. 9. Aleister Black, just at the apron, reaches up, grabs onto the rope to pull himself up and into the ring when Jey Uso gets to him and just tackles him. Just tackles him, kind of spears him into the apron, taking both men down. And Jey Uso not looking to get up, he's just looking to kind of hold Aleister Black down as the referee counts the 10 and it ends in a double count out here for an 84. Good match. Yeah, happy with that. 84 Black, 71 Jey Uso. Ending in a double count out probably lowered it down a bit, but I don't mind particularly as, yeah, Jey Uso didn't want to lose and he didn't. So fair play. Tie, draw. Double count out. That's the easiest way to say it. When we go backstage to Mustafa Ali watching the end of the match. Yeah, he was watching his TV, sees the double count out. Had some problems with Judgment Day of his own recently. Shaking his head a bit at the end of the match, but then turning around, walk away, go get some food or anything, see what's hip-hop happening backstage. When he's promptly attacked by Tommaso Ciampa. And Tommaso Ciampa attacking him, storming into him, beating him down. When at one point holds Ali up, looks in his face, just screams, "You think we forgot about you, huh? I think we forgot about you." And then just tosses him into a grate or a wall or whatever. Ciampa just laying Ali out here for a 77. Good. They most, wanting to deal with Jey, but definitely didn't forget about Mustafa's involvement in the end of that match last week as well. When we go backstage to Roman Reigns' private personal locker room, in walks Kayla Braxton. And Kayla apologizes for the interruption, but Kayla asks if she could, have a quick word, get Roman Reigns' thoughts on, Keith Lee's return, especially. And Paul Heyman begins saying, "Miss Braxton, this is incredibly unprofessional of you to storm, just waltzing into the Tribal Chief's locker room uninvited for a personal interview when this has not been scheduled in advance. The questions have not been given to me to look over. This is incredibly unprofessional. Honestly, this may be fireable behavior." Miss Braxton, but then Roman just holds his hand up. And Paul stops. And then Roman says, "It don't matter. If Keith's back, don't matter a damn thing. Keith Lee wants to come for the Tribal Chief. I'll do exactly what I did to him at SummerSlam. You know what I'll do, Kayla? I'll smash him. I'll lay him flat. And y'all listen to the ref count the 3. For a 94. Roman not worried at all about Keith Lee. Not one tiny little bit. When speaking of Keith Lee, in action, main event, Keith Lee and Breezango taking on the Roman Empire's Solo Sikoa and the Von Erich brothers, Marshall and Ross. And yeah, good sections, just a bit of a host. You'd have the host section of the match between Keith and Solo. You have a bit more heated stuff between Breezango, especially Tyler Breeze and the Von Erichs and Solo himself, having these problems with them in the last few months. And then it gets down to it, and in the end, it is Keith Lee hitting a spirit bomb onto Ross. He hit it on Marshall earlier in the end of the in-ring segment earlier. Hits it on Ross here. 1, 2, 3. Keith Lee and the Breezango get the win for a 77. Happy with that. 97 Keith Lee. God, I've missed you, mate. 77 Tyler. 58 Solo. 57 Fandango. 46 Marshall. 41 Ross. Happy with that. Happy with that. Keith Lee and Breezango. Arm raised. Stand tall. Lovely. Lovely, but that is not the end of the show. Commercial comeback. Out comes the Women's Universal Champion, Becky Lynch. You know, whoa, Becky Lynch comes out to the ring. And Becky says that she isn't a coward. Saying that if she has a problem with someone, she'd go to their face. She wouldn't send 4 guys down to make sure it's all okay, like a scaredy cat, before doing it herself. So if Portela wants to go, she can come down here and go right now. If she's got a problem, she can come down here and say it. If she wants to step to Becky Lynch, the man, the Women's Universal Champion, she can do it. And if she needs to bring her boys down with her to get the balls to do it, she can do that as well. And Portela comes out on her own, no one else. Just Portela. And Portela does come out into the ring with Becky. And Becky says, well, well, well. I'll be honest, Portela, I was waiting for you. I didn't know how long it'd take you. But finally, you're back. Welcome back. Portela shaking her head, Portela getting a mic, and Portela just saying that she doesn't need the 4 men who were with her, but they came with her all the same, because they agree that WWE has been dying from the virus that was the chosen ones, like the 4 horsewomen, given everything, whilst more deserving women were overlooked. No more. And Portela says Charlotte fell first. Given everything for nothing. Sasha fell next. The second golden goose. The boss. Fallen and not seen since. And then Bayley. And she says Bayley often overlooked. Often undermined, but fell all the same. The three of the 4 horsemen, the 3 that held the NXT women's title all those years ago. But then came the 4th to win it. Becky Lynch. And Portela says that Becky is special. She says she saved Becky for last for a reason. Because taking down Becky Lynch is the final thing she has to do. Beat Becky and take the Women's Universal title from her. And Becky says that's a lovely story. But for you, I didn't have a happy ending. Because you see, I'm not the queen. I'm not the boss. I'm not the role model. I'm Becky freaking Lynch. I'm the man. And you want to come around the man? Well, the man's the one who comes around. So if you want to go, Portela, you can square up. But at the end of it, you're going to be doing just what you saw Charlotte do before you came out on Halloween Havoc. You're going to be tapping out. And I'm going to be standing tall. Because you ain't killing the 4th horse. For a 100, they just stare down to end SmackDown here. Portela and Becky. They just stare down to end SmackDown. Becky raises the Women's Universal title. Portela smiling, looking like over there, and then just looking at Becky, straight-faced, to end things. Good show. A good show. Overall rating of 88. Very good. Very good, yeah. $1 million title tournament. The other 2 matches next week, and then the semis. Keith Lee's return, lovely, taking on Roman. Going for Roman at least. Portela and Becky. Becky accepting the challenge from Portela. Muerte. Biggie and Kofi going for the SmackDown Tag Titles, but Control are as well. And Braun Breaker's US champion. Braun Breaker's US, that's just lovely, isn't it? That's just lovely. God. But that is going to be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed. Good episode, I thought. I think that deserves a like. Please. Keith Lee's back. Leave a like for Keith Lee's return. There you go. And subscribe for more. Oh, God. So many episodes on the road to Survivor Series now, isn't there? 9 more because of a single episodes. God. It might be permanent. It might not. We'll see how we go. They were very quickly releasing this week because I wanted to get them out to get going. Next week, it will be standard Monday Night Raw. Wednesday is NXT's. And Friday Night Smackdown. So, yeah, those are the days. But subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And just in case you forget, you know, very good memory, I'm sure. But just in case you forget. And yeah, like, subscribe. And as always, I just want to say a very special thank you for watching.